Hey everyone, we are live on Doyle It In, and with me I've got the one and only Michael Doyle himself.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey Michael, so what we wanted to do today on Facebook Live was to, Michael will later answer some of your questions if you have them. If you have any questions for him personally, write them in the comment section. You will, of course, get back to everyone later. But
For sure.
First off, anybody that hasn't met you in person, like we used to do Mo Mondays together. Of course, I still go,
Yep.
and I love it. It's something we started together, and then we met a little while ago at some other events. But for people that don't know you, you're known as the clarity guy.
Starting to become the clarity guy,
You're
for sure.
starting to become the clarity, but you weren't always the clarity guy.
No, far from it, actually. Not that long ago, for me, I struggled with alcohol. I was overweight, and it was about 8 years ago that I was lucky enough to have that internal shift, and I was able to turn things around. My book speaks a lot to that, but I remember waking up April 24, 2010, and it was that morning that I just had enough. I did it for me, but my son Timothy was 14 months old. He was a big motivator for me, big time. And I somehow surrendered the struggle that day on a deeper level. When I look back, I definitely just let it go. And it was a snowball effect in the right direction. There was that change. And again, I think clarity comes from if your health and nutrition is not in place, like that was the foundation. I didn't see it happen. But to take part and take the place of all that binge drinking that I was doing at the time, fitness and nutrition became a passion, and that I started to get more into that and more in tune to what my body needed, which got me, I think the better you feel, the better you get more confidence, you start to do more inner work, you get more clarity on what you want to do. And I just started to realize I was inspiring people around me without trying. So I'm like, if I can empower people without trying, what can I do if I actually intentionally set my purpose to empower other people?
And I find, and I know, and I can attest, spending a lot of time with Michael, we've worked on a lot of projects together.
Yeah.
You are definitely not only an inspiring guy, a very creative individual
Thank
as
you.
well, a musician to boot, a fabulous musician.
Music's a huge passion of mine, for sure.
Yeah, but can you walk me through, and here's the part that I find so interesting is that, you know, the whole idea of like, you never judge a person, judge a book by its cover. You never know what, you walk down the street and see someone, you never know what someone's life is like. And I mean, you walk down the street today and everyone might think you got a perfect life. Like they would never know the backstory.
For sure.
Right? So, and you can pinpoint that day, April, what date was it?
24th, 2010.
Like, you know it just like that. Because can you walk me through that day? Like, obviously, like that is a pivotal
Yeah, and
wow
I think,
moment.
see, here's the thing. Some people can make a lot of positive change from a place of doing well. It's not saying you need to hit rock bottom, but I think a lot of times for a lot of people, you need to hit that place where you feel that sense of urgency to make a difference, to make a shift in what you're doing. And for me that morning, I was just like, no more. I wanted to be a role model for my son. I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to have the energy to just show up better in life, in every area of my life. So it's an internal shift, and if it happens energetically and it happens for you, then it's powerful.
And you've written a book about this too.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and in reading your book, you talk about your whole journey from your shift from, you had a government paying job.
Yep.
Right? And then, and walk me through that transition. Like this has been a full 360 of like,
for sure.
like I feel like a full, it's not just, oh, I wanted to make some changes. Like these were serious life changes that you have embraced and adapted into your entire life.
Indeed, and it all comes around to managing fear too. But if you told me 7 years ago that I'd be doing the things, like you don't need to know all the next steps, you just need to know the next step. You can drive all night in the fog, see 3 feet ahead of you, and still get to where you're going. So for me, the one thing I did was no longer drink. And then I woke up and said, I'm going to walk to work. And those are little things. Real sustainable change is one thing at a time, one day at a time. But then I got into fitness and nutrition. Then I got into health and wellness as a trainer, which spun me off to start my first book, which got me into coaching. And it's funny, growing up, people call me life coach. They told me I should be a motivational speaker. And it takes a while until we truly get comfortable to be ourselves, to be our authentic self, be comfortable in our own skin, and own our value. And to know if you don't see your value, other people won't either. So it took me a while to figure that part out, for sure.
Well, and when you do a lot of your workshops and coaching sessions and you're on the road, like you were just in Toronto recently at the
Yep.
Fitness Canada Pro, speaking there, you're talking about your book. I've seen you coach people on even starting their own books. I mean, when I see you, it's almost like, okay, what do you not coach on
Right.
in that? But at the end of the day, it kind of goes back to very similar, all the things about you are the clarity guy and helping people to almost see through the fog, as you said, and give them that, would it be tunnel vision, or just to like set the path.
Set the path. It's like I provide the support. People do the work. I'm just like the GPS for them. And my gift is I can listen to someone for an hour, and I even in my clarity sessions I intentionally try to listen 75-80%, talk 20, and mostly just see where things are going. And the whole intention of a clarity session is that they can walk away with a little bit more positive trajectory on where they're headed. A little bit more empowered, a little bit more motivated. And it's really amazing work to do because you feel fulfilled. And whether they go on to work with me or work with someone else, I feel good knowing they are leaving saying, thank you so much, this has really helped me. So it's about just, we don't realize the power of just being a sounding board, a kind word, a kind energy, and just to strive to see the divine in everyone. We're all equal. Everyone's in different stages in the journey, but I believe we're all equal, we're all connected. So the more power you have to see that in other people, the more power you have to empower other people. I think help enough people get what they want. I think it was Zig Ziglar said something very similar. But you'll always have it. You know,
It comes back full circle. So, and this is what I love about your clarity sessions. Let's be honest. Like, people like to work with people that they like, they know, they trust. Well, if I've just met you, it's like a first date. I'm just getting to know you. How do I know that you're the right fit for me? So, in your clarity sessions, can you walk me through this? I like this because it's like that getting to know, feeling comfortable. Is this a good fit for me? And do I want to proceed and continue down the path?
I mean, the whole point of the clarity session is so we can both figure out, not only can I see if they're an ideal client, they need to feel that they trust me. It's all about trust. I think everything in life is about connecting, building relationships, and having trust. Bottom line, if I add value, then I'll always be in business. If I make it about me, then I'm out of business, because I realize very quickly that it's not about me. I have goals and there's these things I want to do, but it's not about that. It's about the message. And I think it's a universal message. I think it's my divine mandate to empower the people around me.
And you are really good at helping people to discover the things that they're most afraid of and to remove those fears. The things that you always say that people are afraid of, the things that they don't have control over.
Right. And it's really about taking control. It's funny, the power of surrender is really important, but my book is called At the Helm, Take Control, Live Fully. And when I say take control, live fully, I mean control the things that you have control over. It's not about ever controlling anyone else. It's about you, success, happiness. It's all an inside job. Take the time to do the inner work. Inner work is really uncomfortable, but the more you do it and the deeper you dig, the more capacity you have to help other people. The more you grow, the more you can help other people. So take the time to look inward, and I help people do that inward look, and I help them see what they possibly don't see yet. So by having a common sense approach and seeing that one next step, they're like, that I can do. Like, I'm overwhelmed, I want to write a book, and they think they need 5 hours a day. And I'm like, well, why don't you just commit to 3 hours a week? And they're like, oh, that's doable. I can find 3 hours a week. And so many people get into what has been interesting, I love the life coaching side of it. I love fitness, nutrition. But over 85% of my clients are business owners, executives. I'm starting to help people grow their business. There's so much synergy between your personal and mindset and habits to the business. I love the strategy side. I love the marketing, branding. But I also love the soul side. Christine Kane calls it the soul side. I love Christine Kane and a lot of her work. And she talks about how people can manage fear and take action. A lot of my talks are about managing fear. But it's all about just knowing the next step.
Well, let's talk for a minute about some of your workshops and your keynotes, because you're traveling, you've got lots of trips coming up. One day you're in the Arctic, another day you're in New Brunswick, so you're east, you're west. You just came back from Alberta, Calgary, right? Yeah, so he's here, he's there, he's everywhere. But when you can get him, you have so many valuable nuggets. For you watching today, I would love for you to offer your viewers a few things. The things that I really I think would resonate is, I saw this on your site and I thought, what are some of the super easy ways to unlock what we all want more of in our day?
Time.
What are some, and I always say this to you, and I see, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time for this. So what are some ways that I can unlock some more of those 24 hours?
I think we all have the power to slow time. First of all, in our mind and in our energy and the way we approach life. Set an intention before you do. Everything you do at a day, just don't let yourself go into autopilot. So owning your morning is the first start. Giving yourself, whether it's a half hour, it mightn't be like an hour. I'd like to take an hour every morning. Hal Elrod has a book, Miracle Morning. Brendan Bashar calls it Owning Your Morning. But anyone that's truly successful, they take their first hour of their day, and it's about them. It might be meditation, it might be visualization, it might be journaling, reading, something, exercise, but something that helps them spend the first hour on them and plan their day. I'm all about helping other people, but my main projects, I always know what my main 3 projects are, and I always know where I'm time blocking it in the week and when I'm going to work on it. So I really respect other people's time, but I'm learning to respect my own as well. And the more you say no to things, the more better things come that you can work on as well.
These are really key nuggets. And the importance, first off, of taking time for you, because it's that whole adage, like you can't be good for someone, you can't help other people when you can't give time to yourself and appreciate.
And I love the time blocking. There's so many productivity tools that you can use. And for me, I did several courses on it, and I'll take little nuggets from each one that works for me. I coach a lot of my clients on it. They're like, oh, that's brilliant. I love this idea. I took stuff from Christine Kane that I really like from one of the programs I took with her. Just find out what works for you. But one thing I've learned, it's funny, if you start your day, if I start my day with that hour, I call it my miracle morning, then I run my day. If I get up and I don't do that, and I just react to email and agendas, then the day runs me. So do you want to be proactive and run your day, or let the day run you? Now, it doesn't mean I'm 100% always on the ball. Of course, like anyone, I don't ever pretend to be perfect. I have my days, I have my weeks, but at the same time, I have people that surround me, that's in my circle, that can reboot me. My biggest block was I was a helper and a fixer, but I was never open to receive. I would never ask for help. And it's funny because the more you think about how you feel when you give something to someone, you always feel really good. So every time you block someone from giving to you, you're taking that from them. So being open to receive, not only is it good, it feels amazing to receive, but you're giving them the gift of feeling that way too.
You know, on that same topic, you coach individuals, you coach business owners. Let's talk about, for a second, the changes you've seen in companies and corporations being able to transform them, that it's not simply one person, but it's a collective of people. What does that do to a team, to a company, or to an organization?
I think it's a game changer because they stop looking at it as separate. We can't work in silos. If you try to get somewhere and you get there, you might get there, it might take you 10 times as long if you do it by yourself, but when you do get there, I don't think you're fulfilled. I think on a deeper level, we all crave to be part of something bigger than ourselves. So it's about collaborating. Like, I'll give you an example of organizations that will delegate work to someone. If you're a graphic designer and you're sat at your desk, you get an email. Hey, I need this website, it's for this company, this is what they do, XYZ, can I have a look at it on Friday? So that's a deadline, that's a task, and you're not really passionate about it. If I come over and sit with you and say, hey, Melissa, how's your day going? Say, I'm really excited. I got this company. They're really awesome. This is what they're about. This is their energy. I know this is up your alley. I know you can blow this out of the water. Here's what I'm looking to do. Here's some of their branding. I want you to work on a website. Let me see what you come up with by Friday. You're going to feel way more better on working on that website than just getting an email.
Getting an email, which has no connection and connectivity. Yeah.
People need to know your vision. People don't just follow, like, you know, Simon Sinek is awesome and it talks about people, you know, is why you do it, not you know, what you do, it's why. And I think the why is important, but how you do it as well. So like when you involve the people around you and empower the people around you, then they'll follow you and they'll do the work that you need done. And be open to learn from those people. Don't start a meeting by, here's what I think we need to do, but let me, what do you guys think? Start it by, okay, here's what we're looking at. I want to hear from you guys and get some feedback. And then tell them your point of view. Don't start off by saying, I think this is what we need to do. Give them a chance to talk about it first.
So you've given so many nuggets today as you're watching this. If you have any questions for Michael, you are Doyle It In. You are the #clarity guy. So if you're ever conversing with you on Twitter or such, he is the clarity guy. If you have questions, please type them away in there. You'll get back in touch with them.
For sure.
Well, I think the best way for people to get in touch with you, of course, would be to go to your website,
Go to website.
doyleitin.com. I always want to make sure we got the .com in there. So doyleitin.com. Michael Doyle is your guy. What's next for you coming up? You're on the road to New Brunswick.
I'm on the road to New Brunswick for the Career Development Association. I will be doing a presentation there. It's going to be exciting. And I have a few other, I guess, pans in the fire that are
busy. You are busy.
Yeah, I won't give it away, but there's two potential business ventures right now that might come into fruition in the next 3 to 6 months, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
I'm excited. So keep up with Michael Doyle, doyleitin.com. Thank you so much for joining us today on your Facebook page.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm sure we'll be doing this again soon. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Till next time, Doyle It In.